I just wanted to do something a little bit before Christmas. It's been a crazy week. I don't know about yours, but I just haven't had a lot of time to do these live videos this week, just with lots of things going on. So today I'm just gonna make a really easy cranberry zucchini bread that maybe you wanna try for Christmas morning or even during the week. Actually, any day of the week is good. I make a lot of my breads and muffins just the same exact way. So today we're just gonna start with our all-purpose gluten-free flour. I like to use this Pamela's baking mix here just because I'm pretty lazy when it comes to putting salt, baking agents in. I have a couple of gluten-free people here right now, a couple with celiac disease, so it ends up a lot of our time in our kitchen is going to be gluten-free. So I'm gonna put my gluten-free flour in. I'll add the recipe to this later. It's 1.5 cups of flour. I've got a mixture between brown sugar and coconut sugar here also. So I'm just gonna add that in. I've been trying to do this all week, but honestly, it's just been totally busy just trying to prepare for the holidays. I've got a bit of Greek yogurt. If you want to make it dairy-free, you could use something like applesauce or even more zucchini. And then a couple eggs. Calls for 3 eggs, but I only had 2, so I just ended up putting 2 in instead. I always say don't let a few ingredients stop you from cooking. So just make it with what you have and kind of go with it. So, hey Susie, how are you? So I'm just gonna mix that together, and then I have a bit of coconut oil. I end up using a lot of coconut oil for my baking because it has a higher smoke point than some of the other oils. So I'm just gonna mix those together here. And before I turned on my video, I ended up preheating my electric skillet to about 200. And I'm gonna spray it with a little bit of coconut oil. And people ask me all the time, do you only use this electric skillet for your demos? I end up using it probably 3 times a day, to be honest. I love using it because it ends up, I end up not having to turn on the oven. It saves me a lot of energy. And I also end up not using as much oil. The oven is a big dehydrator. So if you can do things without the oven, you end up not having to use as much oil that you would before. So I've just mixed my batter up here. And I'm gonna add some cranberries. So this is just kind of a nice Christmas dish that you can make. So I've put some cranberries in. And like I said, I'll add this to my comments later. And then I have a bit of vanilla. I end up making my own. I use a bit of cheap vodka and some vanilla beans because I do end up using a lot. So I have about a teaspoon of vanilla. And then I like to save on the oil by adding extra. I'm making cranberry zucchini bread. So, and now I'm just gonna add some zucchini to my bread. This will add a lot of the moisture, and honestly, it gives it a nice little red and green color anyway. And then I'm gonna grate some orange zest. So I can just my neighbor has a ton of oranges, a ton of limes. If I'm out of oranges, I'll end up just using limes for something. So I'm just gonna add a bit of orange zest to kind of give it a nice flavor. And then that's it. I'm gonna mix the rest as I do this. I am always still nervous about doing these live videos. So tonight I decided to maybe make myself a little bit more relaxed. So I've got my Resveratrol and my red wine, and I'm going to have it also in my cranberries here after dinner. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix this together, and I'm gonna put it in my electric skillet. I set it at 200, and then I'm going to put it at 300 and then close the lid. And then in 30 minutes it's done. And I'm just gonna show you a final project so that you can see what it's like. So just mix that in here. I make these in the morning quite a bit. Tonight, I just didn't have time this morning to make anything. We were really busy. So tonight, this is gonna be our dessert. So before, just a few minutes ago, I have another skillet, and I ended up already making bread so I can show you what the final product is. So I'm gonna set this at 300. and set the timer for 30 minutes. And it's done, just like this one. So right here, I made some banana bread because I didn't want to have 2 big things of zucchini bread. So this is what I make quite a bit of times in the morning. And all I'm just going to do is cut a piece off so I can show you. It's great because it does cook like an oven and I don't end up using as much oil. So here's our banana bread, but I'll have zucchini bread here shortly. So I hope you enjoy this. It's a super easy recipe. It was cranberry zucchini bread, so you can make that on Christmas morning or anytime during the week or even at night. So just like we are. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, cheers. Have a great week. Bye-bye.